Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Girl, Why You Still Single? It's your favorite host, Dion. So, who's ready to get into this next topic called Come Thru God? I am super excited this week because for so long I hid behind so many insecurities, and just to be able to share these moments in my life and to show how God has helped me build more confidence and not be afraid to be different and know that I have imperfections. For so many years, I struggled with telling myself that I'm not enough, that I'm not worthy, that I'm not loved. And I found myself comparing myself to other people on social media. I used to fantasize to be in other women's shoes, y'all. And I found myself forcing myself to smile through so many unhappy moments of my life. So as I look back on those same moments in my life, I ask myself, how did I become so insecure? What made me have those thoughts in my head? So I can remember when I was in a relationship with this particular dude, and we had been dating for a while. It actually had been, a few years at this point. And I knew he was cheating on me, but instead of leaving, I forced the relationship, including losing who I was as a person. I looked over all those red flags that I explained in one of the previous episodes. So I know you guys are probably asking me, why did I accept the mistreatment, or why did I continue to want to be in a relationship with this man? And I felt like it was because I became comfortable with being second, and not necessarily saying that, he deliberately, did things in front of my face, but I was comfortable with not being priority. And most of the time I felt loved, and I felt like it was better having a man than being alone, until God threw a curveball and he forced me to remove myself from that relationship. You see, one of the things that I knew I couldn't do was be with the man I say I loved as he fathered another woman's child. Now, don't get me wrong. At first I went back a couple of times, and God made it harder. Every time I went back, God made it harder for me to stay, because he knew that I didn't belong there. He knew I deserved better. And for another reason, it wasn't in his plan. So after that second breakup, which was the final breakup, I can remember being on the phone with one of my closest friends, and the way that God allowed her to pour into me was life-changing, y'all. Like, she not only told me how beautiful I was, she reminded me why I didn't need to be in that relationship and why I didn't deserve to be in that relationship. So soon after that conversation, I started on my journey as, a new, healthier, more spiritual Dion. And that transitional stage that I explained in some of the previous episodes, God began to provide me with a different outlook on life. So I started being more intentional about taking care of myself mentally and physically. I start really enjoying life. I start traveling. I start investing in my future. I start building more meaningful relationships. Mainly, I focus on those relationships that I had neglected while I was dating this guy. God, he started to feed my soul, and he forced me to heal. So that meant facing reality, realizing that it's okay to be alone. Being alone meant that I had to enjoy myself. So I had to be creative and come up with different ways to figure out who I was again. One of the first things I started with was looking at my name. And I used to hate my name so much because I felt like it was a boy's name. So, and also I used to get teased all the time when I was in school. People used to be like Deion Sanders or Neon Dion, just crazy names. But now when I speak my name, it kind of gives me chills, y'all. And chills in a great way, because I'm like, I'm Dion. I'm Dion Chalette. I'm Miss McCoy, whatever you want to call me. Like, yes, I'm her. That's me. God allowed me to fall in love with myself all over again. I cut off all of my hair and I went natural, and I love it even more now. I try to maintain a somewhat healthier lifestyle, try to be more consistent with my exercising and eating right. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen me post my green smoothies every now and then. But I feel like the greatest thing I love about myself now is the relationship I have with God, because even at my worst time, He never turned His back on me, and He has always provided me with comfort and security and love. So now I find myself saying, thank you, God, for every heartbreak. Thank you, God, for every insecurity. Thank you, God, for my journey in general. I'm not sure if you all have ever heard me say, come through, God. And I say that because God be coming through, y'all. I look in the mirror, I have a glow about myself. I walk different. I talk different. I'm more confident. I stand firmly in my faith, knowing that I'm walking in my purpose every day. My questions to you all this week is, what insecurities are you allowing to hold you back from your goals, from your dreams, or your purpose? Also, how can you step out on faith and allow God to come through to push you to the next level, whether it be starting a new business, finishing school, leaving that dead-end relationship, building a more intimate relationship with God, or simply just learning to trust and believe more in yourself. So I want to say thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode, and remember to be more intentional about living in our singleness.